What up, Giants fans? We have a loaded show for you guys today, so let's let you know what's coming up and what's on tap. We're going to get into the latest OBJ rumors because Jordan Renan said some pretty interesting stuff about Beckham. He is visiting the Cowboys today. We'll break all that down. Then we also have some injury updates on Xavier McKinney as well as Leonard Williams. We also got some on Dory Jackson. We'll fill you in on everything that's going on the Giants injury report right now. We'll also take a look at an updated look at the NFC playoff picture and where the Giants stand after the tie. Still not over the tie. It's just a weird feeling. It's not Victory Monday. It's not a Losers Monday. It just feels weird. We'll let you know everything you know about what the Giants have to do to make the playoffs today. But first, make sure you are subscribed to the channel because nobody is going to keep you up to date more than we are here at New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. We just crossed over 20,000 subscribers. And I wanted to say thank you to everybody out there that has joined the team, joined the squad, hit that big red button because what we do here is inform, entertain, and keep you guys up to date better than anybody else out there. Look, we go live twice a week. We put out 9 videos every single week. If you love the Giants, you bleed Giants blue, go down right now and hit that big red button. Let's start with OBJ. The report this weekend, or over the weekend, following the visit that Odell had with the Giants, Jordan Renan put out that OBJ wants to be a Giant. And I think that's pretty damn big news because there's a lot of reports that said the Cowboys were the favorites. He wants to go team up with his buddy Von Miller in Buffalo. He's also visiting the Dallas Cowboys today and tomorrow. We know what he's going to be doing in Dallas. We'll let you know about that coming up. But the report is that Odell wants to be a Giant. This is what Jordan Renan of ESPN had to say about Odell and the Giants. He said, number one, Odell wants to be a Giant. The lure of coming to New York, making it a home for his family, and winning in this city is enticing. There's unfinished business. It's a matter of if the Giants want to pay him the money he wants. 2, the OBJ deal is more about next year than this year. Even Saquon Barkley has said it repeatedly. People need to be realistic. He's coming back from a serious knee injury. No training camp, no practice yet. It's already December. It will take some time to get into football shape. He went on to say, anyone who thinks Odell is rushing back from a second torn ACL and should do a prove-it deal for the final few games of this season isn't thinking logically. He's better off waiting until next season to return rather than to do that. Look, if OBJ wants to come home, if OBJ wants to be a Giant, then do it. Come play for the New York Football Giants. Because, look, we need you. This offense, they need another explosive playmaker on the outside. And I don't want to put too much eggs into the basket of if he does come back, he's going to be that same guy. Because, honestly, he's probably most likely not going to be that same guy. But is he still going to be a top 20, top 30, top 40 receiver in the NFL? He absolutely will be. And that would be the best Giants wide receiver by a wide margin. Odell Beckham, him on the outside, it changes the way that defenses have to play against the New York Giants. You got to back up. You can't have as many people in the box. It helps Daniel Jones. It helps Darius Slayton. It helps Saquon Barkley. Helps everyone on this team. Getting OBJ back in the building would make this offense much in leaps and bounds better than what they have been the past couple of weeks. Because honestly, the offense, I feel like, has taken some steps back in what they were supposed to be doing so far this year. Odell is visiting with the Dallas Cowboys today. Today being Monday and Tuesday, and here's the itinerary that he has with the Cowboys. He's going to meet with the team during the day. He's doing that right now. Jerry Jones is taking him to the Mavs versus the Suns game at night, and then on Tuesday, he's going to meet with the players. So, look, in my opinion, it's coming down to the Giants versus the Cowboys for who is going to sign Odell Beckham Jr., and I think there's some reason for him to go to the Cowboys. They're a team that's right now is built to compete and make a playoff run. The Giants, they're fighting and clawing to get back into the playoffs. But I think the question has to be, how does Odell Beckham Jr. want to be remembered? That's what it comes down to. Because if he joins the Cowboys, he's their 4th option on offense. It's about securing that next contract. You know we're going to get the touches to make the most money? That's with the New York Football Giants. I'll ask you, though, where does OBJ sign? I think by the end of the week, Odell will be on a team. I bet by Thursday or by Friday. I mean, his meetings wrap up on Tuesday. Give him Wednesday and Thursday to make a decision. I think that is when the Odell Beckham Jr. sweepstakes will come to a close. So I want to ask you, where does OBJ sign? Type NYG for the Giants, DAL for the Dallas Cowboys, or BUF for the Buffalo Bills. Go down in the comments. Sound off right now. Let's get to the injury news of the day. This coming from Dan Duggan, covers the Giants for The Athletic, the best on the beat. Says Brian Daboll said it was too early to tell if Xavier McKinney can play this week. He's eligible to return from the non-football injury list. But Daboll later said clubbing up, meaning like wrapping up his hand and wearing like a club hand for McKinney, isn't an option right now. McKinney is still wearing the protective shell and cast over the apparent hand injury with pins in his hand. Look, it's noticeable. This defense misses Xavier McKinney. I think, according to Pro Football Focus, the Giants missed 8 tackles yesterday in the tie versus Washington. And you can tell that this team is not the same team on defense without him, and especially without Adoree Jackson, who sounds like he is not going to play this week. Daboll didn't sound too optimistic about McKinney or Adoree Jackson playing this Sunday. And with McKinney out, it has resulted in a huge workload for Julian Love. I mean, the guy played 105 snaps yesterday versus the Washington Commanders. That is incredible to say. The guy played 105 snaps in a football game. He's been great, no doubt about it. Julian Love has been great. But when you have him next to Xavier McKinney, it makes this defense a whole lot better. They've been bad at tackling the past couple of weeks. They've kind of got, when they needed to get stops on defense, they haven't. I mean, the 4th and 4 yesterday, the final drive in the fourth quarter. I feel like if Xavier McKinney's out there along with Adoree Jackson, you're not letting Taylor Heineke go 90 yards to score. At the end of the day, we're dealt with the hand we got, and we got to make something out of nothing. Hopefully McKinney can come back sooner rather than later, but Julian Love has been playing like a freaking baller. Giants got to re-sign him this offseason. He's going to want some cheddar. He's earned it. Pay him. He should be a Giant. He's in this DNA. He's a captain for this team. We need 29 back, though. We need the X-Man back, so let's get the X's rolling in the comment section right now. Let's show Xavier McKinney some love. Look, was it a dumb injury? Yes. Did it hurt? Was it irresponsible? Should the captain have done that stuff? Not a chance. But at the end of the day, it's about football. We need him back. He's a damn good football player. Let's make it happen. Type X in the comments to wish Xavier McKinney a quick and speedy recovery. Today's Giants Now is sponsored by Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Giants Now and download the app now, because look, when you have unnecessary or unwanted subscriptions like Netflix or Spotify or Hulu or ESPN Plus or The Athletic, and you don't want those subscriptions anymore and you try to cancel them, you got to jump through hoops. You got to call this person. You got to do this. You got to do all that stuff. Not with Rocket Money. They're going to make it easy for you to cancel subscriptions and save money at the same time. The app shows you all your subscriptions in one place and then cancels for you whatever you don't still want. Rocket Money can even find subscriptions you didn't even know you were paying for. You may even find out you've been double charged for a subscription. To cancel a subscription, all you have to do is press cancel, and Rocket Money takes care of the rest. Get rid of unwanted and useless subscriptions with Rocket Money now. Go to rocketmoney.com/Giants now. Seriously, it could save you hundreds per year. That's rocketmoney.com/Giants now. I have subscriptions I didn't want, and I didn't even know. I got hooked up with Rocket Money, and I'm saving big time bucks. I'm going to be able to spend an extra couple, some racks on some holiday gifts during the holiday season. Get hooked up with our brand new sponsor. Support the show, support the sponsor, rocketmoney.com/Giants now. That link is in the comments and description of today's show. Some more injury news to get to. Leonard Williams did leave the game yesterday with a neck injury in the second half and did not return. Brian Daboll was asked how Leonard Williams is doing right now, and he said he is sore, and hopefully this isn't a long-term injury for Leonard Williams, because in my opinion, he's one of the most important players on this Giants team. He's already missed some time this year, and you can tell when he's not on the field, this defense is not the same unit. I mean, look at what he has done in 9 games so far this year. He has 40 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 25 QB pressures, 10 QB hits, a sack and a half. Leonard Williams is one of the best interior defensive linemen in the NFL. And for the love of whoever is up there, I just want to see Kayvon Thibodeaux, Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence and Azeez Ojulari play extended time and snaps together across the defensive line. We haven't seen them four play together. I mean, yesterday, Azeez Ojulari, in limited action, just 49 snaps, had 7 QB pressures and a sack. Kayvon Thibodeau, he had 4 pressures, a sack, and 3 stops. A stop is when you have a tackle that results in a negative play for the offense. Thibodeau was good yesterday. Ojulari was good yesterday. Dexter Lawrence was good. Leonard Williams was good. Can I just see all of those guys out there at the same time? I'm not asking for much. That's all I want. I want to see the big 4 guys up on the line of scrimmage all together. Make sure you guys are following me on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. I'm tweeting about the Giants all day, every day. Give me a follow at @MarshallGreen_. We do have some news. The Giants at Washington game in Week 15 was supposed to just be a normal game on a Sunday. But now, with important and huge playoff implications, the NFL said, we got to get this to Sunday Night Football, and they did. The game has been flexed into Sunday Night Football. We're going to still do the watch party. It's going to be a lot of fun. Look, it's Sunday Night Football, and now it's a must-win game. We'll show you the statistics in a second. Week 15 is a must-win game against Washington. And what would be a better time for Daniel Jones to get his first primetime win in Week 15 against Washington, where pretty much if you win, you're in the playoffs? That would be a huge win for the Giants and Daniel Jones. This is what the playoff picture currently looks like. The Giants still are in that 6th spot at 7-4-1. That record is so damn ugly with the tie at the end. I can't believe the NFL allows ties. It's just ridiculous. You got the Eagles in first place, Minnesota second, the San Francisco 49ers in third. You got the Bucs in 4th place, Seattle right behind the Giants. I mean, that 6th and 7th wild card spot's going to come down to the Giants, Seattle, and Washington. That's what it's going to come down to. The Giants, honestly, they got a tough stretch coming up. You got the Eagles this week, 10-1, and this is what the playoff odds look for with the Giants right now. Right now, the Giants, according to the New York Times playoff picture site, the Giants have a 66% chance to make the playoffs right now. You beat the Eagles, that jumps to 81. You lose the Eagles, it drops from 66 to 56. So a loss at the end of the day doesn't really do too much to your playoff chances. It's about Week 15 and what you do in these next 2 games. Look at this. If you lose the next 2 games, the Giants have a 31% chance to make the playoffs. So pretty much you lose the next 2 games, pack it in, season's over. But if you lose to Philly and then beat Washington, your odds jump to 89% to make the playoffs. If you beat Philly and lose to Washington, your odds go to 68%. The reason you want to beat Washington is so you have the tiebreaker over them if it comes down to a tiebreaker scenario between the 6th and 7th wild card spot. Look, you want to control your own destiny. You want to cement a spot in the playoffs. Win the next 2 games. Because you do so, you got a 99% chance to make the playoffs. If you take anything away from this video, take this. If you beat Washington in Week 15, you're in. If you lose to Washington, you're not in. The season is finito. Shout out to Chief Keef. Will the Giants make the playoffs? You got to beat Washington. Like, that is the biggest game the Giants have played since 2016 where they lost in Lambeau. So I'll ask you this. Will the Giants make the playoffs? Type Y for yes. Type N for no. I say yes. They better frickin' do it. Y for yes. N for no. I don't want to blame the refs for the game yesterday because that's not why the Giants lost. You don't lose football games because of the refs. But I have a huge problem with how the play prior to the game-winning field goal attempt that was missed by Graham Gano, how that play was officiated. How did we get there? Right before that play, the Giants completed a first down to Richie James right here. Where does he have the ball where he caught it? At the 43-yard line. But then somehow the ball was spotted 2 yards backwards. Okay, sure, 2 yards, not a big deal. Thing is, it is a huge big deal. Would have made the kick a 58-yarder to a 56-yarder. But that's not my biggest gripe with that play. It's this right here. You see this guy that is circled right here? This guy right here? After Richie James catches the ball, he gets up and he's running the ball to the ref, and the dude tried to strip the ball away from Richie James. That should either be an unsportsmanlike conduct, 15 yards, or that should be a delay of game in 5 yards. All right, so now we're complaining about 5 yards, right? What about this, though? On that same damn play, Buddy right here is clearly offsides. He's clearly in the neutral zone. So there was 3 penalties on that play, or 2 penalties, and a terrible ball spot from the refs on that last play. At minimum, the Giants should have picked up at least 5 more yards, making the field goal attempt about 53 to 52 yards. Gano would have made that kick. I mean, look, you didn't lose the game because of the refs, but it's egregious. This is unacceptable by the NFL referees on the most important play of the season for both of these teams. You just swallowed your flag and said, oh, I got to hurry up and get the ball spotted. There's 15 seconds left. You don't got to rush out there. Get it right. Giants lost this, or the Giants, yeah, I mean, it's just, they tied it. They lost out on the chance to win. I'll say it like that. I felt like the Giants were playing scared in the second half, playing not to lose. They tried to back into wins. You don't do that in the National Football League. There were some positives, though. There were also some negatives. At the end of the day, it's a tie. Someone said it's like kissing your sister. I think that's actually worse than a tie. I don't know if I'd ever want to kiss my sister. I love her, but I'm not Tom Bradying my sister, if you know what I'm saying. But oh, the tie is frustrating. I've been in a bad mood ever since. I just wanted to come on here and vent and just let it out. Look, season's not over. You go beat Philly, you beat Washington, you're in. You can lose to Philly and beat Washington, and you're in. We're going to keep you guys up to date on everything, all Giants, all the time. If you made it this far in the video, that means you're a real one. So do what you do. Comment real one right now.